everyone! So today I'm going to be teaching you how you can use a hot comb to straighten your hair. A lot of people like to use just a regular straightener to straighten your hair, but I personally prefer a hot comb because it straightens your hair all the way down to the root, which works best when you're in need of a perm like I am right now. I also find using a hot comb less damaging than using a regular straightener, and since you're straightening your hair all the way down to the root, I find that it lasts longer as well. This process also works really well if you're wearing a sew-and weave or clip-in extensions like I have in right now, because you can target your leave out really easily. So without any further ado, let's dive right into the process. Okay, so I just hopped out of the shower, so I did wash my hair and that's why nothing's blended right now. But before I ever take the hot comb through it, I always want to make sure that I start out with clean hair. Okay, so before we really get started, I just want to say that the hot comb is a beautiful tool, it is a wonderful tool, and yes, it is probably my favorite black hair care tool, but it is also very dangerous. So before you take this thing to your head, let me just say, please be careful and do not burn yourself. Alright, so the very first thing that you'll want to do is to plug in your hot comb. I've already done so, and set it to the temperature that you want. Now mine is broken, so it doesn't actually get as hot as it says it does, so while I turn mine to about 450, it doesn't actually get that hot. My hair would burn if it did. So if this actually worked, I would probably set it around 325, 350, but find whichever temperature works best for you. If you wear your hair naturally, maybe you can crank it up a little higher to around 400, but if you perm your hair like I do, you'll probably want to keep it on the lower side of 350 or the 300s. Also, a little tip that my mother taught me is if you're still afraid or worried about the temperature that you set your hot comb through, something you can do to check it is to run it over a towel, and if you see smoke and it starts burning, obviously you're going to want to try to turn that down. It'll probably burn your hair, but if when you run it over the towel everything's clear, then you're probably good to go. So now while you're waiting for your hot comb to get hot, go ahead and spray your hair with a heat protectant and wait for it to dry, because you never want to put heat on your hair while your hair is wet. So what I like to do is start around the edges and then work my way backwards. So I'm just gonna take a little section of my hair right here, pin back whatever I'm not going to be straightening, and then go ahead and get started. So I'm going to go around my crown first. Now when you're using the hot comb, you're gonna treat your hair like you were working with a regular comb. So you're not gonna start at the root and work your way down. You're gonna do the opposite. You're gonna start at the tip and slowly work your way up to the root. If you start at the root with this hot comb, you're just gonna burn everything out when you're ripping it through. Like, it is not gonna work. It is not gonna magically untangle your hair. So make sure that you start at the bottom and then work your way up, just as if you were using a regular comb. And it's actually best to detangle your hair first with the regular comb before you use the hot comb, just to make sure that you don't burn anything out. So I'm going to start at the bottom and work my way up. So now I'm going to do the rest of this section on this side of my part, and I'm actually going to take the track out, since these are clip-in extensions, to get to the root of everything. But if you're wearing a sew-in, you can just work around your edges and everything's still going to look nice and blended when you're done. So comb it out, make sure that everything's detangled before you're going to use the hot comb. And when I get to this part, instead of taking the comb down like this, I like to come at it like at me and then go up. I don't know why, I just feel like I have less of a chance of burning myself that way. It's the same process, just a different section. You're going to start at the bottom and work your way up. or start at the tips and work your way down to the root. Now I'm not to the section yet, but I'm gonna go ahead and take this track out too because it looks a mess anyway. So now I'm going to do the back section. Again, it's the same process, just a different section of your hair. You're going to start at the tip and slowly work your way down to the root. Comb your hair out first to make sure it's detangled with a regular comb. And I like to work in small sections of my hair, so this is too much. I'm probably going to part this in half and then do one section and then the other half, just to make sure that the hot comb actually runs through all of the hair. And if you do run into a section with a knot like I just did, just lift the comb up, don't keep trying to pull it down, and start a little bit lower than where you ran into the knot. Alright, now I'm going to put some grease around my edges, put the track back in, and then work on the other side. So, moral of the story is I need a perm, but until that day, this is what I will be using to get through the hot comb. So please comment below and tell me if you have ever used the hot comb before, or if you've ever even heard of it before. I'm interested to know. And please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel.